All right, this is one of my song title poems, and it was actually made was at the request of one of my old teachers who was going through some rough patches in their life, and they requested Bonnie Raitt because it was always their favorite artist. And while I didn't know too much about and said about Miss Raitt, she does have a very long history in music, so that made things a lot easier to um, actually create a it's a mildly lengthy poem, so I hope everyone likes it. Won't go into too details of what happened because that's kind of a private matter, but everything's good now. Yeah. So I just call this a very special tribute. So to a special person, I'd like to thank you for presenting me a better world that was accurately at my fingertips, and that they could help others. But until we met, I thought I was a child in prison in an adult's body who felt guilty for not finding a good path in life, and the absence of friends made it very hard to trust others out of fear of not being good enough to begin a passing glance to see if the poor adult was really there, and there was some way to mildly heal the wounded heart with a smile. I'm sure there were times in your life where you felt a million miles away from hope, and you needed something bright to help you travel down the big road towards the future. So, but without anyone eager for making smiles, you felt you were coming undone, and the odds of getting stitched back together said were really slim, just to see what else might be out there, and if the walking blues might become new colors, revealing you were staying in the doorway to greatness the entire time because you kept going to find happiness. Said learning you can't get everything all at once, since there's still more to come. Teachers are always good sources of inspiration because they teach the fundamental things about new skills while reliving some of their struggles. But students do have to fight to dig in deep on awkward first days where they are still unsure if the deep water of academia so will allow them to float instead instead to float without the feeling of falling into abyss if things take a little longer to grasp. But any teacher with compassion will always be there to tell their students they were not the only one who needed a large confidence boost, and split sessions are rare when using a healing hand because sometimes it's best going slow so that everyone can relax and experience the true fearless love of being a good therapist. One thing I've learned in my life is that you gotta know how to fake smiles in case no one cares if your day hasn't been going well. So then I got plenty of practice doing this, as it was the only thing I could do in places where no one cared about my feelings, making the already slow ride through the day barely move. And I asked myself, what is success when you're not appreciated for doing anything right? After pushing through the pain and wondering, said if I would really be truly excited if had any better opportunities for a glance of what could be, and still have a heart that can enjoy the various wonders of the new world. Being me isn't always easy because I've lost too many friends who won't talk to me about where their lives took them while wondering if anything so with me has changed, and I can't help myself when there is a great desire to be seen as an equal because like many others, I can't get enough positive energy from anyone who showed me sweet forgiveness for being another human who just wanted some cheer in times where nothing special happened, or feeling like a three-time loser before breakfast from failing at finding love with another, making a good home for myself, and not holding on to those memories that brought me joy instead of sleeping in the bed I made instead for however long it takes to find solace. Your newest ordeal is something I know too little about, but I'm on your side in wanting to make the best instead of a difficult situation. And remember, wherever you may be, I want to see you back on your feet, helping others like a guardian angel that guided others during difficult times by teaching them to heal those who were in pain from keeping up with the demands of life, to be the silver lining many nearly said many nearly forgot after so many glum days made it possible from emotional runaways wanting their own secure place. Say this place that finally made sense. It said in place of the senseless as a monkey business, so society believes fits everyone. And that was always a dark one. Well, I can't say we had the time of our lives learning and not everything went as planned. But for a person who spent too long in the dark, I enjoyed everything you taught me. Said as they were streetlights that made it easier to see how far I had come, and I will not be denied a place in the world that once seemed so frightening. But now I've got something to talk about to those who will listen, and in time, sorrow will have no business spoiling good times with doubt if I remember who helped me smile. Never forget that you have friends when you need them, so don't cry like a rainstorm, because in case the glow of normal company loses some of its radiance, said, and a little variety said wields great power for keeping despair at bay, because it's good to be around souls alike and different, to see life doesn't have to be so hard, and if more sympathy was used to rule the world, there'd be far fewer days where a river of tears has to be made from good people who did nothing wrong. Yet we're given unfortunate news, so the bad luck of the draw, after having so many winning hands that stayed plentiful, I never hinted a valley of pain awaited you, while you were still full of such amazing vigor. No matter where we go in life, you will always have my shoulder. And said you can always cry on my shoulder if others have become soaked with whatever emotions you need to release, especially when nothing seems to matter as the world keeps on destroying itself. But if you still hold on to your good thing, that will all and so that always gives you hope for some positive vision of the future. You don't have to be afraid of the dimming of the day, because an inspiring sea of stars will be there to greet you as they look so close enough to touch. You can feel an unlimited amount of great energy to keep you going strong. So if you need someone to provide any reason to smile, let it be me, and I know we can overcome anything far beyond the horizon. Once again, I thank you for being a phenomenal person. After after meeting too many lackluster faces, who sadly never saw me as a kind soul who sought joy. But you got to I said, but you got to be ready for love wherever it hides amongst the world. However, you changed our mind to be about not be not being not being worthless from the times you eagerly let me into your life, and that this could be a version of my future if I remember to smile in dark times, that everything that touches you slowly helps everyone grow into better people. So, yeah, in case anyone hadn't really figured it out, this was actually my massage therapist teacher. After a couple years of working retail, I decided to try something else by going back to school, because I always had to perform some form of body work on my grandparents growing up. And so they always would have stiff necks and shoulders, and I just never took the time to see how good I really was. So I said I applied for the program at my local community college and got in very quickly. It was a interesting 2 semesters because you had to learn quite a bit in a very short period of time. But it was one of those things we have so much support from people that sadly aren't in my life quite as much nowadays. But I got to know a lot more people, um, and I actually went back last year to actually earn my degree in it. It's in massage therapy, and that's something only 14 people have ever achieved through this program, because not everyone everyone just either goes to get to get licensed, and then some bit of their continuing education, but they don't go through the full program and actually say you have an associates of arts in therapeutic massage. So it was always kind of nice having really good teachers that made me smile, and I hope they continue to keep being amazing people. So hopefully, everyone said if you guys really like this thing, please give me a like. I'll finally actually have comments for everyone to say what they say if they have any ideas for future poems. I've got another one I'll probably be editing a little bit more later on today. It's actually a very interesting tribute for Weird Al Yankovic. Um, I literally took a second look at some of his song titles, and and I just started the wheel started turning, and while I did really enjoy the recent movie, I said I really need to let something a little bit different out. So I'll explain that more when the video comes out. All right, bye. Have a good one.